EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Bay State in Massachusetts. Welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. Matt Prater has been around a long time. We'll get us started here. And off we go from Foxborough. Marcus Jones now to return. Whoa! And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a run with the rookie from Ohio State. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Chris Barnes from that linebacker position making the play. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. May going to look to throw. Diggs on the reception. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete,
and he's in! Touchdown, Patriots. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Hubbard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. Open man, left side, he's got it.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, Young pushed out to his right. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. Down to the 10. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. A big play for the Panthers. It covers 51 yards. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Hubbard. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Hubbard. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. It allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is May. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down. From out of the gun, here's May. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. And this ball will be downed on the other side of midfield. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Young. Finding his tight end, Farrell. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Young. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Panthers football to begin this second quarter as they've got it starting 3rd down and 2. Back to throw, Young. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. And he's in! Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Panthers. Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good, and the Panthers will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
You know, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Now Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Young to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw is May. That's caught downfield by Diggs. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, It just shows how special he can be.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score, as this one's away. This taken around the 11. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11. Throwing is Young. He'll get that to his tight end. That's Jatavion Sanders.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd and 2. Here we go. The motion man is Sanders. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
They'll go play action with May. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. What a big play there for New England. 36 yards. On play action, here's May. Rolling right. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the give, it's Henderson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This from 34 yards. No issues there. This one is good. And the Pats move out in front. The new score, 17-14. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. On the return, here's Xavier Leggett. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll get this complete. It's Thielen over the middle. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. The Panthers will take their first timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. A short one taken at the 10, and he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line, and that's where the offense will take the field. On 1st down is Young. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. Still going. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play and a much-needed one as well. That gains an even 60 yards. A run with Hubbard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Another run here with Hubbard. And he'll take this one in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Henderson now on 1st and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
May to throw on 2nd down. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down. Patriots ready for the punt. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll motion over Thielen. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Young. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. The Panthers will take their first timeout.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, here is Henderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 9. Off the play fake, here's May. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Patriots cut the deficit down to 1.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Young to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Kupp. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. It was Milton Williams that time to bring him down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Young. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Third and 9. Now Young. It's complete. He's got Kupp. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On play action, Young. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10. Here's Hubbard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Panther first down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Young. They'll try and set up the tight end screen. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw, Young. Moving to his right. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second down, they need 7. Here's Young. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Jennings. And a nice return here as well. He takes it up to the 45-yard line.
And in these tight games, especially in the second half, Mike, these are the big moments that somebody needs to step up and make a play, and that's exactly what he's able to do here. Great read, great reaction, steps in front of that ball and ends up going the other way.
May now on 1st and 10. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Patriots 1st down. Up the middle, it's Henderson. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henderson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. On 3rd and 2, it's May. That complete to Henderson. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they turn it over on downs.
Well, you find yourself in field goal range. If it's successful, you take the lead. But they're thinking they want to put this game on the backs of their offense. They decide to go for it and fail. But the real story is, what a stand by this defense.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Young. Catch made by Thielen. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's a Carolina 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Young. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. That's out quickly into the hands of Thielen. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You could see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot. Here's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
And after that 1st down throw, Mike, it's really a deflating moment of the defense. They understood the urgency of getting off the field and getting the ball back to their offense. Here we are under 2 minutes in a 1-possession game.
And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll spot Henry open downfield. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Gibson. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. Here comes 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, New England. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are right back in this one.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. New England going to take their second timeout, and they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their third and final timeout, and they stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.